Welcome back to Senior Sage, folks. You know me, I like to tackle the tough topics head on, and today's no different. We're diving deep into something near and dear to many of us: travel. Now, exploring the world is a beautiful thing, especially in those golden years. But let's be real, folks, hitting the road after 70 comes with its own set of challenges. We're not as young as we used to be, and our bodies don't bounce back the way they did. That's why I'm here to give it to you straight, no sugarcoating. We're talking about 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70 that nobody really wants to talk about, but you need to know before you book that next trip. First up, we're tackling a hidden danger that can turn deadly in a flash deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. This condition is more common than you might think, especially for those who spend long periods sitting still. Now you might be thinking, Dr. Phil, what's that got to do with my trip to see the grandkids? Well, it has everything to do with it. Long flights, those endless hours crammed in a car, they can wreak havoc on your circulation. When you're immobile for too long, blood flow slows down, increasing the risk of clots. See, DVT happens when blood clots form in your legs, and trust me, you don't want that. These clots can cause pain, swelling, and redness in the affected area. If one of those clots decides to take a trip up to your lungs, it's lights out. This can lead to a pulmonary embolism, which is a serious and potentially fatal condition. But don't panic just yet, we can get a handle on this. There are several steps you can take to reduce your risk and keep your blood flowing smoothly. First off, ditch the dehydration habit. Staying hydrated is crucial because it helps maintain good blood circulation. Water is your new best friend on the road. Make sure to drink plenty of it, especially during long trips. And put down the soda, the coffee, those just make things worse. Caffeinated and sugary drinks can dehydrate you, which is the last thing you need. Now, when you're stuck in that seat, get those legs moving every hour or two. Simple movements can make a big difference. Stand up, stretch, do a little jig in the aisle, whatever it takes. Walking around and stretching can help keep your blood flowing. And here's a little secret weapon: compression socks. These socks apply gentle pressure to your legs, helping to maintain blood flow and reduce swelling. They might not be glamorous, but they'll keep that blood flowing like a champ. So next time you plan a long trip, remember these tips and travel safe. Let's talk about your immune system, folks. It's a fascinating and complex network that works tirelessly to keep you healthy. It's like your body's security guard, fighting off all those nasty bugs trying to crash the party. Imagine it as a vigilant sentinel, always on the lookout for intruders. But here's the catch. As we get older, that security guard starts slacking off a bit. It's not as quick or as efficient as it used to be, making us more vulnerable to infections. And when you're traveling, you're exposed to a whole buffet of germs just waiting to pounce. Airports, crowded tourist spots, and public transport are hotspots for these microscopic invaders. We're talking about infections, food poisoning, respiratory illnesses, you name it. These can turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. So how do you keep those microscopic party crashers at bay? It's all about being proactive and taking preventive measures. First things first, get yourself vaccinated. Vaccines are your first line of defense against many serious illnesses. Flu shot, pneumonia vaccine, COVID-19 boosters, the whole 9 yards. These vaccines can significantly reduce your risk of getting sick. Think of it as giving your immune system a fighting chance. A well-prepared immune system can make all the difference. And don't even think about leaving home without hand sanitizer. It's a simple yet effective tool to keep your hands germ-free. Use it like your life depends on it, especially before you eat and after you've braved those public restrooms. Clean hands are a must. And speaking of food, stick to the stuff that's cooked all the way through. Properly cooked food is less likely to harbor harmful bacteria. No raw fish, no questionable salads. You don't want to spend your vacation glued to the toilet. Make smart food choices to enjoy your trip to the fullest. Now, let's talk about something nobody wants to think about. Medical emergencies. They can be sudden, unexpected, and downright scary. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but the truth is they happen. And they can happen to anyone at any time. And when you're over 70 and miles from home, a health hiccup can turn into a full-blown crisis faster than you can say doctor. Imagine being in a foreign country, not speaking the language and needing urgent medical care. But here's the good news. A little preparation goes a long way. It's all about being proactive and thinking ahead. First off, never, and I mean never, leave home without a list of your medications. This list is your lifeline in an emergency. And I'm not just talking about the names. Write down the dosages. When you take them, the whole shebang. This information can be crucial for any healthcare provider. And while you're at it, jot down your medical history too, any allergies, past surgeries, chronic conditions. This can save precious time in an emergency. Keep that information on you at all times, just in case. You never know when you might need it. And here's a pro tip: pack extra medication in your carry-on. This way, if your checked luggage goes missing, you're not left in a bind. You never know when a flight delay or lost luggage could throw a wrench in your plans. Being prepared means you can handle these hiccups with ease. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry. A little preparation can make all the difference in the world. Let's be honest, folks, our balance isn't what it used to be. And when you're navigating unfamiliar territory, those cobblestone streets and slippery hotel floors can feel like an obstacle course. One wrong step and bam, you're looking at a sprained ankle, a broken hip, or worse. But don't worry, I'm not saying you have to stay glued to your rocking chair. Just use a little common sense. First off, ditch the flip-flops and those fancy shoes that are more style than substance. We're talking about supportive, non-slip shoes that will keep you steady on your feet. And if you need a little extra help, don't be afraid to use a cane or a walker. Pride won't fix a broken bone, folks. When you're booking your hotel, request a ground floor room or one close to the elevator. Stairs might seem like no big deal, but they can be a recipe for disaster when you're tired or your joints are acting up. Let's talk about something that really gets under my skin: scammers. These folks prey on people, especially seniors who they think are easy targets. They'll try to trick you with fake taxi fares, credit card scams, bogus tours, you name it. But here's the thing: knowledge is power. First off, ditch the habit of carrying around wads of cash. Stick to credit cards, preferably ones with good fraud protection. And if you're booking tours or excursions, do your homework. Verify the company, read reviews, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And remember, folks, if someone approaches you out of the blue being overly friendly or offering you something for nothing, be suspicious. They're probably trying to pull a fast one. Look, I'm not telling you all this to scare you off traveling. Exploring the world is a gift, and you deserve to enjoy every minute of it. But a little preparation and common sense can make all the difference. Remember, purchase travel insurance. It's worth its weight in gold if something unexpected happens. Stay connected with your loved ones, let them know your itinerary, and check in regularly. And most importantly, listen to your body. Don't try to pack too much into one trip. Take your time, schedule rest days, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Remember, folks, getting older doesn't mean you have to stop living. It just means you have to be a little smarter about it.